This is the most heroic dog you will ever meet." It was a dark and stormy night. Waves were crashing and the wind was blowing. Suddenly, a ship was approaching the shore. The lighthouse keeper and his dog started to panic because they knew that ship was in trouble. The strong currents and the rocky beach were a deadly trap for any vessel that got too close. And this ship was being blown right towards it. The dog immediately ran to the edge of the cliff and started barking furiously to warn the sailors. But the wind was so loud, they couldn't hear him. So the dog did something even better. He jumped into the water and swam towards the ship. The keeper followed behind him, but he couldn't swim well, so the dog quickly got far ahead of him. Meanwhile, the captain of the ship had just realized how close they were to the rocks and how dangerous the situation was. He ordered the crew to throw in lifebuoys, but the waves were too rough and the dog had an idea. He grabbed the rope that was tied around his waist and started pulling it tight. This was the signal for the sailors to grab onto the rope and pull themselves to shore. One by one, the sailors managed to get out of the water and onto the beach. Some of them were injured and some were exhausted, but they were all alive. They all hugged the dog, thanking him for saving their lives. But the kindest thing to do was still ahead of them. The dog had been in the water for a long time, and he was freezing cold. The sailors took off their wet clothes and wrapped the dog in them, sharing their body heat until he warmed up. This is a true story that happened in Scotland in 1954. A lighthouse keeper and his dog saved the lives of 16 sailors. Some people doubted that the dog had really done all that. They thought it was just a clever publicity stunt, but there was a photo that proved otherwise. Can you see what's in the background of this picture? It's the same dog that saved the sailors. He's the one who's usually in the foreground. There are many other stories about this amazing dog, but this is probably the most heroic one. He was a big and strong dog, but also very smart and quick. He could have easily saved himself and the lighthouse keeper, but instead he chose to help the sailors. He didn't hesitate for a second. He just jumped into the water and swam towards the ship. If you think this dog is amazing, then you're not alone. People from all over the country wanted to give him awards and prizes, but he never accepted them. He was a humble dog who didn't do it for the fame or the fortune, but simply because it was the right thing to do. The dog lived a long and happy life. He died at the age of 14, but he was loved and respected by everyone who knew him. His story reminds us that dogs are not just pets, but they're members of our family. They're loyal and brave, and they're always there for us when we need them the most. Now it's time to make a choice. Do you want to be like the lighthouse keeper, or do you want to be like the dog? The choice is yours. If you want to be like the lighthouse keeper, you can be selfish and lazy and uncaring. You can ignore the problems of others and just take care of yourself. But if you want to be like the dog, you can be brave and selfless and helpful. You can put the needs of others before your own and make the world a better place. Which one will you choose? The lighthouse keeper or the dog? Let me know in the comments below. And now for the important part, subscribe to the channel. We upload videos every day, and if you subscribe, you won't miss any of them. Also, give this video a like because it helps us grow and reach more people. And finally, share this video with a friend. It only takes a few seconds, and it makes both of you feel good.